Hi, happy Friday morning. It's Junie B time. Junie B Shipwrecked by Barbara Parks, and we're on Chapter 5. I had a hard time yesterday getting it to upload, Chapter 4 to upload, but I finally was able to do that this morning. So let's get started with Chapter 5. Remember, the title was Winner, but it has an S at the end, so it made us think yesterday that maybe there was more than one winner. Sorry. Chapter 5, The Winners. Okay, I got right up here. Monday morning. Dear first grade journal, 18 facts. I got 18 facts. I can't wait to choose my part in the play. This is going to be the time of my life, I tell you. From Junie B, first grader. P.S. 2 more kids are sick from school today. Plus, Lenny just went to the nurse. P.S. again. Sheldon is wearing sandwich bags on his hands today. It is to keep the germs off, I believe. Just then, Mr. Scary finished taking attendance and he said to please put our journals away. As you can see, we're missing 3 more classmates today, he said, kind of frustrated. It's going to be hard to do a play with so many people absent, but we'll keep our fingers crossed that our classmates will be back in time to participate. Just then, we heard a rustly sound. Sheldon was crossing his fingers inside his sandwich bags. After he got done, he waved to Mr. Scary, very pleasant. Mr. Scary looked at him for a real long time, then he waved back. Finally, he stood up and walked to the board. Boys and girls, I thought it would be fun to base our play on the facts you gathered for homework, he said, and he picked up the chalk. If you have a fact you'd like to share, raise your hand, and I'll write it on the board. Then, when we've listed all our facts, we can choose our play parts, he said. Now, who would like to go first? Jose shot his hand in the air, speedy fast. I would, I have a poem, he said. Then he jumped right up and he started to read. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. He had 3 ships and left from Spain. He sailed through sunshine, wind, and rain. Mr. Scary smiled. Okay, she just wants to sit in my lap. She'll be good. Mr. Scary smiled. Nice, Jose. That's a great poem you found, he said. Let's see how many facts we can find there. He wrote them down. 1. Columbus was a sailor. 2. He had 3 ships. 3. He sailed from Spain. And 4. The year was 1492. Just then, Sheldon started waving his plastic hands, very urgent. I know the names of the ship. I know the names of the ships, he yelled. They're the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Excellent job, said Mr. Scary. He printed the names on the board. 5. Nina, Pinta, Santa Maria. Then Mr. Scary started to call on someone else, but Sheldon stood up and read more from his paper. Columbus sailed across the Atlantic Ocean. He landed on some islands near America, he read. Mr. Scary added the few new facts to the list. 6. Sailed the Atlantic Ocean. 7. Arrived in islands near America. Okay, well, thank you again, Sheldon, he said. Now, I think we should let someone else have a... Sheldon interrupted. My Uncle Vern sailed to an island once, and he came back with a wife named Bunny. Okay, that's good, Mr. Scary said. And after that, he hurried to Sheldon's desk, and he put him back in his chair. May went next. My fact is about the Mayflower, she said. The Mayflower is the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America, and so I'm going to be the Mayflower in our Columbus play, because both of our names start with May. Mr. Scary looked curious at her. Yes, but the Mayflower didn't sail to America until over 100 years after Columbus, he said. Oh, I know, she said, but both of our names start with May. Don't you get it? Yes, May, I get it, said Mr. Scary, but we can't change history. So I'm afraid the Mayflower won't be sailing in our Columbus play. May sat down in a hut. Lucille stood right up. My fact is about the Richie Queen of Spain, she said. The Richie Queen of Spain was named Isabella, and she gave Chris the money for the trip. So I'm going to be Richie Queen Isabella in the play, because there's one thing I know, it is how to be rich. Jose raised his hand. Shouldn't call him Chris, Lucille. In Spain, they called him Cristobal Colon. I'm not sure. We're going to go with it. Lucille made squinty eyes at him. Chris, Cristobal, whatever, she said. A queen can call you whatever she wants. She fluffed her hair and sat down. That's when I springed up and waved my paper all around. 18 facts. I have 18 facts, I said, real happy. And so listen to this, people. The Nina was the smallest ship, the Pinta was the fastest ship, and the Santa Maria was a big old tub. Mr. Scary winked at me. Oh, those are outstanding ship facts, Junie B, said Mr. Scary. Great job. And he printed them on the board. And guess what? After that, Shirley told him even more ship facts, and so that's how the whole rest of the morning kept on going. Room 1 kept on telling him facts, and Mr. Scary kept on writing them down until finally we told him every fact in the book. Then, that's when the funnest part of it all happened, because Mr. Scary walked around the room and he counted how many facts each of us had listed on our papers. And wait till you hear this. We have a tie, because me and my friend Jose both had 18 facts. We jumped out of our seats and gave each other a high five. Then I skipped around my desk, very joyful. Plus, also, I skipped to the pencil sharpener and back. Junie B's being a really, really good winner. Good, what is that called? When you're a good winner, she's having good sportsmanship. She's not upset that she didn't have the most. She's happy that Jose had as many as her. They have a tie. Mr. Scary came back and shook our hands. He said we would choose our play parts when we come back from lunch. And so meanwhile, we should be thinking about the parts we want. Yeah, only I already know what part I want, I said, real thrilled. And it is the bestest part I can think of. Only I'm going to keep it a secret until after lunch. And so nobody asked me, and I mean it. After that, I pretended to lock my lips with a make-believe key. Herb turned around. You mean you're not even going to tell me? He said, kind of disappointed. Well, I got out the key and unlocked my lips. Okay, except for I'll just tell you, Herb, and that's all, I said. Then I locked my lips again. Jose frowned at me. I unlocked my lips one more time. Plus, also, I'll tell Jose, but that's my final offer, and I mean it. Just then, Shirley did a huffy breath. Okay, fine, Shirley. I said, then that's when Sheldon raised his hand and pointed to himself. Then all the other children pointed to themselves too. And so that day at lunch, I whispered my secret to everybody in room 1. That was all. She didn't keep a secret, did she? But from all the other books, we know that Junie B has a really hard time keeping secrets. Chapter 6 is teamwork. And that's one of my most favorite words, because teamwork makes the dream work. All right, so listen, I'm not going to read on Saturday and Sunday. I'm still thinking maybe I'll go ahead and post the rest of the chapters, because next week we will have online lessons for my second graders. We'll have online lessons. So just keep looking back, and I'll try to post it to your parent group in Facebook, and we'll just see how it goes. So everybody have a great day. It's Friday, right? And Sister says hello and goodbye. Thank you, guys.